Thank you, Cooking Mama, for asking this question about the equipment I use when I'm making Chinese soups. Hi, it's Lisa for thechinesesouplady.com. This is such a great question. I didn't realize how many methods and pots that I used for making Chinese soups and herbal teas until I made this post. There are 5 that I use depending on the type of soup and how much time I have. The first is the most basic, which is using a stainless steel pot using traditional convection heat, either gas or electric stove. I'll use this for quick boil soups because I'm already in the kitchen preparing either dinner or lunch, and I can watch the soup. This is easy to use, easy to clean, and there's a variety of sizes depending on how many people I'm serving. The big pots are great if I'm making soups with big ingredients, such as beef bones, big pork bones, or chicken, or large vegetables such as corn or melons. The second that I use is a thermal induction soup pot. The most common brands that I use in Asia are Japanese technology, and they have a variety of pots and sizes that you can choose from. You can watch this video of me unpacking my new thermal pot when I moved to Canada. It was pretty much a must-have for me. This is one of my favorite equipment when I'm making a long boil soup, or lo fo tong in Cantonese. I'll prepare my soup early in the morning and then drop it into the thermal pot and just let that self-cook over the course of the day. Heat retention capability is amazing. I'll come back about 6 hours later and the soup is still really hot, at which point I'll remove it from the thermal pot and put it on the stove to reboil before service or dinner. This device saves both time and energy because it uses its own heat to continue cooking. Perfect for those days that you need to go out but still want a healthy soup in the evening. My favorite way to make a rich, dense broth is through double boiling or double steaming. The most common way to double boil is to use a smaller inner pot, either ceramic or glass, that contains the soup. And then that goes into an outer pot which contains the water. Through this, there's no water loss of the soup, and it's a very gentle way of cooking because the water doesn't actually boil in the soup. This is perfect for Chinese medicines, herbal teas, or more intense and concentrated broths. These tend to be a little bit longer boiled because they do take some time to cook. One of the most common Chinese soups used in this method is the winter melon double boil, which uses the winter melon as an inner pot, while the insides are scraped out and filled with delicious soup. A trick is to be sure to raise the inner pot so that there's no contact between the inner and the outer pot. Either a metal stand will do, or placing a towel at the bottom of the outer pot. I will use the cast iron pot if I am pan frying ingredients, or doing some sort of hot pot variation where I don't want the pot that deep and I can access the ingredients. The reason I use a cast iron is so that I have everything in one pot. I can pan fry bones or meats, including any choice vegetables that I want a little grilled or charred flavor. And then you can directly add your soup and the rest of the ingredients. This works for both long and short boil soups. I will not use a cast iron for Chinese medicines or herbal teas because those are best with non-metal surfaces such as ceramic or glass. The cast iron pots are easy to clean, easy to use, and perfect for one-pot soup dinners or hot pot soup bases. And finally, the best discovery on my soup making journey this far has been the rice cooker. I've learned to make frozen soup packs that I leave in my freezer in portions of about 4 people, and I keep a variety of these in my freezer all the time. This allows for quick boil, ready to serve soup that anyone can make. Simply take it out of the freezer, peel the pack, drop it into the rice cooker, add water to the fill line, close and press cook, and an hour later you've got a delicious ready to serve Chinese soup to go with any meal. You can even add fresh ingredients like tomatoes inside the pot or additional herbs before you cook. It's basically a set it and forget it kind of arrangement, and perfect for days when you're super busy but still want Chinese soup for dinner or lunch. And the great thing about the rice cooker is that it stays warm all day long. This was truly a magical find for me when I moved to Canada because I was so busy. The rice cooker is super easy to use, anyone can do it, even my kids, and tend to go really well with the starchier vegetables such as potatoes, corn, carrots, or melons. Best invention ever. And there you have it. The 5 ways I make Chinese soups and Chinese herbal teas and medicines in my household. You don't need anything fancy, just a few simple tools, some great recipes, which I have on my blog, and a willingness to create. I would love to hear your ideas on what you're using. I'm always really excited to explore what other people are doing that works for them. Happy soup making, and I'll see you next time.